Okay, so I've got this. This is a Kickstarter, and it's the fastest Kickstarter I've ever gotten. I think I backed this in October, and today is January 5th. So let's see what we've got. We have got. This one did not come out easy. We have got the 8th Air Force and the 20th Air Force. So this is a solitary game of USAAF, U.S. Army Air Force, Strategic Bombing Campaign Germany, 43 to 45. And then we have Bombing of Japan, 44 through 45. Sorry about the glare, but let's go ahead and let's see what we've got. Let's start with the 8th. Let's start here. Oh, look. Ooh, the counters are already coming out. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so let's take a look at these counters. Pretty decent counter here. Yeah. Thick. Okay, that's good. I'm assuming that there's supposed to be white on that side. It may not even matter because then you can flip them over. Ooh, and then we got some spare ones here. Ooh. And well, these things are just falling out. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Alignment. I thought they would print them on this side, which is weird, but still do. P51, BF110s. Let's see what do we got else here. P38s, P40s, and then we got our B24s, B17s. Okay. Yeah, let's see what. Oh my God, these are just popping all out. I'm gonna have to get a baggie before I. Some more. Okay. So the counters, I thought they would be printed on the other side. It's a little bummer. Like it seems like they should be printed on this side of it, not the back side of it. But I mean, the prints aren't the. These are Dresden. These are okay. Yeah, they're okay. Don't want to say they're great, but they're workable. Some dice. And let's see here. Okay. So we have the manual. Let's take a look at that real quick here. Doesn't seem too bad. Well, let's see. Scenarios. So it looks like this might be good because it looks like they've got the rules set up the way I like them through the turn. Perfect victory. So really 10 pages of rules. Okay. Okay, so this must be, so the setup, because it looked like there was a short scenario. So this one looks like it's the 43. So this would be the full thing. And then I go through here. Executing bombing missions. Okay, short scenario. Okay, so you're starting January 44 instead of January 43. So this is, okay, so yeah, there's a short scenario. And then some designer notes. So 10 pages of rules, 9.5 pages of rules. yeah, 9.5 pages, or pretty much 10 pages of rules. So hopefully they're written well. Then we have our bombing campaigns. Okay, that's good. Turn 1. Turn sequence is right here. So this is good cardstock too. Okay. And then we have our combat results here. And our damage destroyed. Group scramble. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's supposed to be... Maybe they're supposed to be this way, so that way you just pick it up. Okay, so let's take a look at the map here. Ooh, that's a bigger map than I thought it was going to be. This is a full... Let me zoom this out so you guys can see it. Okay. Victory points. Interesting. Okay, so obviously you're going into here. Stuttgart, Mannheim. Okay, looks good. So this is the 8th Air Force, and I'm trying to do this without... Those counters are, like I said, are loose. So I'll have... I'm excited about this. This looks like it could be fun. And honestly, other than the counters, and the counters are not that bad. I was hoping, I mean, they're thick. Just don't know if they're printed on the wrong side or not. That's the only thing. And I really won't know that until I get through the rules and read the rules. Because, like, maybe they're supposed to be blank, so when you flip it over, you figure out what it is. I don't know. We'll read through the rules and find out. And we'll also check here. So, since I have the 20th Air Force, we'll check that out as well. So, we'll slip this in here. Oh my god, this bag is just big enough. Wow. Wow, that's okay. So, let's go ahead and we can read this real quick here. So it's January 1943. You have just been given command of the 8th Air Force, but don't pop the champagne cork yet. You've got a lot of work ahead. Luftwaffe is strong, skilled, advanced, and growing, but so is the mighty 8th. Early on, ensure victory in the Battle of the Atlantic by bombing submarine bases in western France. Then support the eventual Allied invasion in occupied France by bombing railroads, river crossings throughout France and western Germany. Failure to these critical bombing campaigns is not acceptable. Long term, you need to pulverize Germany's aircraft factories and oil facilities to reduce Luftwaffe's aircraft production and support, and win the war by blasting German heavy industry. There will be more challenges along the way, from providing heavy support for the D-Day invasion and Normandy breakout, to suppressing demoralizing V-1 and V-2 attacks in England, to assist your Soviet ally by attacking German army, staging areas in the east. In the meantime, the Luftwaffe is developing advanced jets, rockets, technology that may tip the tide of the air war if you do not cripple their industry. So rev up your engines, take control of the air. Victory or defeat will be yours in the skies over occupied Europe. Okay. That's the 8th Air Force. Let's take a look at the 20th Air Force. I'll put that out of there. So we've got the 20th Air Force. These pencils out of the way here. We'll zoom back in here. Okay, so it looks like that the way they're printed is the way they're printed. Okay. These should be Wow, these just fell out. Oh, man. Oh, yep, so it looks like they're printed that way on purpose. I mean, they're cut fine, so that's not a problem. They're thick. I don't see any overcuts or anything. So, I mean, the printing... Interesting. The printing is fine. This is Shimuzi. Okay. Yeah, so... Oh, they do have the side counts. Oh. They do have the side counts. Or the side connections. Okay. So... Yeah, they're... Oh, a totally blank counter chit. Interesting. And those are interesting. Hiroshima. Nagasaki's right here. Kokura. Yeah. Oh my god, these things are falling out. I'm gonna have to go grab a bag. These are just falling out. They're die punched already. And honestly, okay, so I know we're really big on clipping counters, but honestly, yeah, they have the side ones, but that's not too bad. And the corners, there's no spurs on the end here. I don't know if I'll clip these. Honestly, I just don't know if I'll clip these. Pretty good. On fire, obviously. We'll have to see. I don't know if I'll clip these or not. Move those to the side out of the way here. Another set of dice. These look like good dice too. Let's open them up here. They feel good. They roll pretty good too. So that's nice. Have some nice dice. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll pull the rest of this out. Kind of curious here. Yeah, it's just weird how they have the counters. I'm assuming that this is going to have... It's a little bit because there's a few more rules here. Because there's atom bomb missions. Some optional rules here. Some designer notes. So 14 pages of rules. It doesn't look like there's a short scenario like the other one, but this one starts. These rules are pretty good. They're not too small. Yeah, so this starts in September of 44, so probably looking at, there's probably no way they could have done a shorter game. Anyways. Oh, see, 2 more counters. Kaboom. 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 Okay. Now I have to put those in. Those ones already. Okay. So, April 18th, 1942, Jimmy Doolittle led a squadron of carrier base B-25 Mitchells on a daring surprise raid on Tokyo. The raid, conducted as revenge for the Japanese surprise attack on Pearl Harbor 4 months earlier, caused little damage but was a harbinger of destruction from the air that had destined to befall the islands of Japan. So that's the one thing about the Doolittle raid. It did very little damage, physical damage, but the mental damage, the idea that the Americans could actually reach the Japanese mainland. So it was more of a psychological thing. By 1944, U.S. source forces had seized islands in the Marianas close enough for Japan to employ close enough to Japan to employ a new long-range B-29 super fortress in a high-stakes strategic bombing campaign against the Japanese industry and cities. So it began the short, late 1940 until August 45, but the incredibly destructive life of the U.S. Army Air Force's 20th Air Force. Your objective is to take command of the 20th Air Force in September 1944. It is nothing short of reducing Japanese cities, large and small, to smoldering rubble. To do it, you have the power and the sophistication of B-29s in ever-increasing numbers with the flight crews, improving in combat navigation skills, and research effort at home developing a more sophisticated weapons. While initially you must focus on clearing the skies of the Imperial Japanese Army Air Force, fighters and blasting Japanese war industries with the high explosive bombs. Eventually, you'll develop incendiary bombs which rapidly reduce Japanese combustible wooden and paper cities to ashes, their dispersed war industries to ruins, simultaneously demolishing her ports and kamikaze bases and mine her waters. In the meantime, research marches on. Perhaps you'll obtain the ultimate weapon, the atomic bomb. Hopefully you will, because you are in a race against time. If Japan can hold out long enough, the U.S. will have to launch Operation Olympic, the costly planned invasion of Japan. Your strategic bombing campaign will have failed. So rev up your engines, launch your wave after wave of super fortresses against the enemy. Victory or defeat awaits in the skies over Japan. Okay, so let's take a look. So you have 20 Air Force. Good, not two-sided. Bombing campaigns, awesome. And then kind of that. So they have it tweaked for this one as well. And again, let's go ahead and take a look at the map. We're already at the wide angle. So obviously you're coming in from here. High altitude area bombing, high altitude percentage bombing. Interesting. I'll be looking forward to seeing some of this here. And then we actually, looks like we have a industrial track up above here as well in different cities. Kobe, Osaka, Nagoya, Yokohama, Kawasaki, and Tokyo. So, yeah. Apply whatever force is necessary to employ to stop things quickly. General Curtis LeMay. Oh, that man would have bombed everybody into the Stone Age during Vietnam if he was in charge. Okay, so we have the 20th Air Force. I'm not going to put the the counters back in. I'm going to have to put those in a bag already. So we have the 20th Air Force and we have the 8th Air Force. Kickstarter came today from Fortress Games. Apparently they're going to be having they'll be going to be selling them on Amazon, and they'll be going back to those soon. So if you're interested, I do plan on doing a playthrough pretty quickly. I don't know which. If there's one you would like to see, let me know. Put it in the comments and let me know, and I'll go through that one. Okay, everybody, have a great day. See you later. Bye.